Bayley has given her take on Liv Morgan pushing for a feud with Raw Women's Champion. Following Becky Lynch's victory over Bianca Belair to retain the Raw Women's title, she was seen backstage, confronted by Liv Morgan. Many fans have been clamoring for a big push for Morgan and were excited seeing her step up to the man. Bayley, who is currently sidelined with an injury, has been a keen observer of both the Raw and SmackDown female rosters during her time away and let her thoughts be known about Liv Morgan trying to get a feud with Lynch. The role model commented on Liv Morgan's latest tweet, called her relentless in her pursuit of getting the match with Lynch. "You only live once, relentless," said Bayley. Liv Morgan vs Becky Lynch could be an interesting feud for the Raw Women's title. Morgan revealed that when Becky Lynch vacated the title last year due to her pregnancy, she secretly told the former Riot Squad member backstage that she would be the women's champion when she returned. While Morgan hasn't reached that level yet, but she seems to be taking a step up and is ready to realize her true potential. Bayley had been one of the centerpieces of the SmackDown Women's division from 2019 to 2021 before she got injured. Despite her incredible year-long run as the SmackDown Women's Champion, she found herself unable to get on the WrestleMania 37 card. It will be interesting to see where WWE slots Bayley in upon her return. She went undrafted during this year's WWE draft. However, recent reports have stated that she will be part of SmackDown once she returns from her injury. The former women's champion is expected to be back sometime in 2022, and it will be interesting to see if she will enter the title picture straight away. SmackDown has been missing her star power recently, and the WWE Universe is hoping she makes an early recovery. WWE star Natalya has revealed a backstage interaction she had with Roman Reigns, where she told the Tribal Chief about what WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart told her about him. In an interview last year, Roman Reigns stated that Hart was an inspiration for him when he was a kid. The Universal Champion said he respected Hart for being a blue-collar sports entertainer. In a recent interview with WWE Deutschland, Natalya praised Hart, her uncle, by calling him knowledgeable and honest about the pro wrestling industry. She then disclosed a personal discussion she had with Reigns, where she told him about Hart's thoughts on the champion's aforementioned comments. "I showed Bret the interview and Bret said, all the years of hard work and the bumps and the bruises, to be able to inspire the next generation and Roman, to be able to inspire someone that's at the top of their game," he said. "It just means everything to him," Natalya said. "Because it makes him feel like all of his work wasn't for nothing," Natalya continued. "I told Roman that and he was just super touched because Bret is special to him, and he's special to me." Natalya also explained that the Hitman's legacy is still alive to this day, due to the numerous WWE stars that he has inspired, like Reigns. In another interview, Roman Reigns explained that the reason he liked Bret Hart was for his work ethic, his dedication, and his sports-centric work in the ring. "Bret Hart was always my guy," said Reigns. "I enjoyed that sports-centric, athletic type of performance that he put on. He was a pro wrestler's pro wrestler. His work ethic and the amount of dedication he put in is second to none." Reigns also stated that other WWE icons like The Undertaker and Ric Flair have influenced him as a performer in recent years. What do you think about Natalya's comments? Sound off below. Alexa Bliss has reacted to a photo of T-Bar's niece dressing up as her on Halloween. Alexa Bliss' current character is quite popular amongst the WWE universe. Bliss has also been doing quite well in the merch department as well. Her doll Lily has been a big hit on WWE Shop. This Halloween, Alexa Bliss shared tons of photos on her Instagram handle, initially posted by her fans. Bliss followers can be seen rocking her on-screen attire in these photos. It looks like Raw superstar T-Bar's niece is also a big fan of the former women's champion. The kid dressed up as Bliss on Halloween, and T-Bar posted the photo on his official Twitter handle. "My niece Alexa decided to be Alexa Bliss for Halloween. I can only assume that this choice narrowly edged out the runner-up, T-Bar, by the slightest of margins," wrote T-Bar. Alexa Bliss noticed the tweet and responded to the same with a heartfelt message. "Love this so much," replied Bliss. Alexa Bliss transformed from the goddess to an evil entity last year on SmackDown. The character transformation happened soon after The Fiend attacked Bliss on the Blue brand. She soon aligned with Bray Wyatt, and the duo later made their way to WWE Raw on the Red brand. Alexa Bliss and The Fiend targeted Randy Orton, and the feud lasted for months. It ended with Bliss turning on Wyatt at WrestleMania, leading to a win for Orton. Bray Wyatt is no longer with WWE. But Bliss is still donning the gimmick of a twisted entity on TV. She recently lost a Raw Women's title match to Charlotte Flair at Extreme Rules 2021 and immediately went on a hiatus. Judging by the immense popularity of Alexa Bliss' current character, it won't be a surprise if WWE decides to bring her back without changing her gimmick. There's also the possibility of Bliss returning as her previous self. What do you think of Alexa Bliss' current persona? Are you a fan? Or would you prefer to see Bliss return as the goddess? There continues to be a lot of speculation surrounding Kevin Owens' WWE status, and amidst all the talk, the Young Bucks have added more fuel to all the rumors with their latest Twitter update. The Young Bucks' Twitter bio now reads MRO, a direct reference to the Mount Rushmore of wrestling faction that featured Kevin Owens, Adam Cole, Matt, and Nick Jackson. The Young Bucks' latest Twitter activity is bound to get fans talking on social media, especially after what happened at this week's Raw. Kevin Owens hinted at his WWE contract status on the latest episode during a compelling promo in which he vowed to keep fighting in the company. KO promised to give fans something to remember irrespective of whether he stays in the WWE for 3 months or 3 years. Here's an excerpt of Owens' promo from Raw. "I will keep fighting. It might be for 3 more months or 3 more years. That doesn't matter. What matters is that every single time I am on Raw, you can believe that I will do everything I can to give the WWE Universe something to remember," said Kevin Owens. In case you didn't know, the 3 months line alluded to the time remaining on Kevin Owens' WWE contract. It has been widely reported that Kevin Owens' WWE contract will expire at the end of January 2022, and most wrestling pundits expect the former Universal Champion to head to AEW. If Owens does decide to jump ship to Tony Khan's promotion, he will be eligible to appear on Dynamite as soon as February 1st. Kevin Owens has been dropping hints of a potential AEW move in recent weeks, as he even posted the coordinates of Mount Rushmore in a now-deleted tweet. Interestingly enough, Big E even mentioned Mount Rushmore in his response to Kevin Owens on Raw. WWE is undoubtedly playing up Owens' contract situation on TV, and the next few weeks will be crucial for the company's high-ranked officials in their bid to retain the Raw Superstars services. Brock Lesnar has been in a heated rivalry with Universal Champion Roman Reigns over the last few months, but WWE might already be building another major opponent for him in the form of former Royal Rumble winner Drew McIntyre. Last week on Friday Night SmackDown, Drew McIntyre faced Mustafa Ali in a singles match. As expected, the Scottish Warrior picked up the victory, but the way he won the bout surprised many fans. McIntyre used the Kimura lock submission hold, famously used by Brock Lesnar, to defeat Ali. According to Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, Drew McIntyre was asked to beat Mustafa Ali with the Kimura lock. While the reason for this request is not clearly specified, WWE likely wanted this outcome to set up McIntyre as a future opponent for the Beast Incarnate. There was significance in Drew McIntyre using the Kimura, Brock Lesnar submission move, on Mustafa Ali on SmackDown, said Dave Meltzer. Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre are no strangers to each other inside a WWE ring. The two stars had an amazing rivalry on the road to WrestleMania 36 last year. It all started when McIntyre eliminated Lesnar from the 2020 Royal Rumble match after the Beast Incarnate completely dominated the first half of the bout. McIntyre went on to win the bout and challenge WWE Champion Brock Lesnar to a match at WrestleMania 36. There, in the main event of the second night of the show, the Scottish Warrior defeated Lesnar to win the WWE Championship. This contest was held in an empty arena due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Last month on WWE's The Bump, McIntyre looked back on this historic match and claimed that he still wants to face Lesnar in front of a live audience. "I'm always excited to get into the ring with the absolute best," McIntyre said. "There's not many that are as good or as physical as Brock Lesnar. At WrestleMania, I did defeat him in 5 minutes, but I would like the opportunity to face Brock again and in front of a live audience." Brock Lesnar is currently off WWE television after Adam Pearce suspended him indefinitely. Still, he's expected to return next year and continue his feud with Reigns. As for McIntyre, the SmackDown newcomer is slowly making his way to the top of the Blue Brand's roster. With these circumstances in mind, it's possible that Lesnar and McIntyre will eventually collide at some point down the road.